It is your favorite nerdy girl here, Nerdy Girl Reviews, aka Raspberrian, and we are back with another recap for And Just Like That Season 2 premiere on Max. If you'd like to see and hear the full commentary, give me a like here on YouTube. If you're watching this on Instagram, click the link in bio. If you're watching this on IG Stories, click on the link. It'll link you back to my YouTube channel. I'm also available on TikTok under @Nerdygirlreviews. So stay tuned, y'all. Let's get into all the new goodies. Also, I want to make it a point that I know there's a lot going on, but we are celebrating 25 years since Sex and the City premiered, and though we are not reviewing Sex and the City, eventually I think I'll catch up and I'll do that. Although I'm a big super fan, but I'll try those reviews for my channel. But And Just Like That is a spinoff, Sex and the City, on the former HBO and HBO Max, just celebrated its 25th anniversary. Yes, y'all, Sex and the City is silver. And so I thought I'd do all this nice decor. Yes, again, from the Dollar Tree and Target, believe it or not. The balloons and the fairy lights are a combination of both, even down to my makeup. I picked up these incredibly cute lip glosses. I think this is LA Colors. Nice bubblegum Barbie, very pink. You know how we do our cosmopolitans around here. And NYX soft matte to cream. I don't know if it says the color though. It just says 13, but it's a nice baby pink. Nice light pink, and it's a more bubblegum pink. Yes, y'all. Let's get into this review. And again, just to prove that, yes, I'm an SJP fan, regardless of what people have said online. That's my Sarah Jessica Parker. That was from the original promo when Sex and the City was like barely taking off. I'll link first interviews that I came across recently doing my research in the description box. A very young Sarah Jessica Parker, and I've loved Sarah Jessica Parker. I'm sorry, I'm one of those people who have been faithful and loyal to her since Girls Want to Have Fun. There's a number of other. She was in the First Wives Club, Hocus Pocus, which I'll link also. I did that review, Hocus Pocus 2. I think I did one too, but I don't know. I'll link it somewhere around here. But that's the original. There's an interview with Rosie O'Donnell. She's very young and very cute. And I love her. And no shade. I mean, yes, she's aged. We all age, but I think she still holds herself up in a very sophisticated light. But just to prove it to y'all, yes, nobody owns DVDs anymore, okay? And I think I showed it in my first few episodes of the last season of And Just Like That. My book, my cute little, my pink trinkets that I love dearly. And so we are trading, because my last interview incorporated the quintessential New York City coffee cup, and we're trading it for a very more high class martini kind of glass. And I mean, it's plastic. It is from the Dollar Tree, but I'm gonna use all the props that I can get, and my straw, even my paper straw. Isn't that adorable? These gives you, at least I want to say on my channel, I give you ideas on how to decorate, especially if you're doing screening parties for this particular show. If you want to watch it, if you're a legitimate fan, or if you're going to berate it, at least have a cocktail. We're not using, alcohol. I don't want to show because it's not a sponsored channel. But I thought I'd get into the fun of it with a little drinky poo, with a little foamy foam to celebrate 25 years, honey. All right, let me take a sip. Yes, very nice. All right, y'all. Now, all of the hoopla Also, these are cute too at the Dollar Tree. This is new. You wear it like a ring, but it's, peep this out. I thought this was adorable, and it's actually for like, bachelorettes that are about to be married. It pops open, and you could put like little trinkets, little snacks. I would say a little drink, and then while you're out in your bachelorette party shenanigans, there you go. You take a quick shot. Isn't that adorable? The Dollar Tree, y'all. Dollar Tree. All right, y'all. Now let's get into the nitty gritty. I'm definitely trying to do my best, Barbie, Sarah Jessica Parker, Carrie Bradshaw. Anyway, so we just had a premiere on the 22nd. Coincidentally, the same time that The Bear dropped on Hulu, which I have to review because that is a show. A wonderful show. Now, not to throw any shade to my girls, but I will say we're in the same spot that we were last season. The first episode, I will say, was not, it was kind of reminiscent of Sex and the City, which kind of got us all us faithful fans hyped. It was something familiar. We're getting used to the new characters, I will say. Yes, Kim Cattrall's Samantha Jones is dearly, severely missed. But we like our new characters as well. We're getting a better picture, better understanding of how they work and their tics. And our season opener is called Met Cute. And we pick up where we left off. So basically, last season, Carrie, there's a hint of her hooking up with her producer, and then we do see that they have, evolved into something a little more. And it took her a while, which I don't discredit Michael Patrick King and even Sarah Jessica Parker for highlighting what grief looks like and how do you go about the process of moving on. And I think they gave her time to mourn. But we were missing the element of sex, which she incorporated a portion of it on the Sex and the City show, but majority of the sex and the fun and the sexy romps were Samantha Jones, with hints of Miranda and Charlotte here and there. But where we pick up, everybody's hooking up. We have like a throwback to how the layout used to work for Sex and the City, and everybody's kind of doing everything simultaneously, which is great. Everybody's getting their rocks off. And it's called Met Cute because we're embracing the new and letting go of the past. And though it's a playoff, everybody's getting ready for the Met Ball, but they really want to say Met Gala, but for copyright infringements or whatnot. That Carrie would, of course, get an invite. Also, her new gal pals here would also get an extended invitation because of her. Her new Judy, her new Samantha Jones is Seema Patel, played by Sarita Kauldry. Fabulous. And even Charlotte gets an invite. Kristen Davis's Charlotte gets an invite. And her Harry, her husband, played by Evan Handler, wants in on it. I guess because, again, it's the biggest highlight of the season, But it's hinted at as if they don't walk. They won't be walking the stairs. So it's a twist and turn of episodes. But I will say the way that they started was everybody was having sex. And and a lot of people have said this online, I'm not the only person, jarring of scenes is the scene between Cynthia Nixon and Sarah Ramirez, Miranda and Che. Just because I think we just are not acclimated to seeing her, and I think a lot of viewers, faithful fans, are still very much upset of how they wrote in this infidelity between Cynthia's character and how she just dumped Steve like a bag of hot potatoes and moved on quickly with Jay. I mean, she dropped everything. Now, in her defense, I will say this is the one person that was so put together, was able to be that career climber, be a partner, realize that she wanted to do something more socially conscious, more relevant, more progressive, and pursuing law that would help out like civil rights, you know, situations. But she drops that because now she wants to lose herself, immerse herself in this new world. So I do agree. I've heard podcasts, and I will link probably the podcasts of the writers of where their head was at when they were writing this episode in the description box. But it seemed like they just wanted to explore her curiosity and finally embracing her lesbian relationship with Che, and that it feels very adolescent because she's never explored, she's never had that freedom to do that. She was always tied to something, to being wife, to being a lawyer, professional, somebody's friend. So she was always some form of caretaker. And if I remember correctly, in this last season of Sex and the City, which people don't really highlight enough, she became caretaker to Steve's mom, who had, I believe, dementia. So a lot of weight on her. So I'm not necessarily hating that she is exploring, because for heaven's sake, if she was a woman based in real life, cut her a break. she's gone through a lot, and she's finally in her own and feeling her own. And though I will say though, I don't necessarily like Che's character, not because of anything in particular. It's just that the way they have written her, she is coming off really douchey and self-involved. And that Miranda isn't picking up on the cues. I don't know why. Because, I mean, she was pretty ruthless when it came to dating males. So it's the same personality that I'm like, do you really like this person that much? So when they have that hot tub scene, it was a little ooh. And or the scene where that she's trying on like strap-ons to please her partner and Che, and Che's still very like, oh, I gotta go, can we do this quick? Like, if you were a guy, you would be a total dirtbag, douchebag. But anyway, everybody's having fun. We see also our married couple, other wealthy, well-to-do married couple in Lisa Todd Wexley, played by Nicole Ari Park, and our Herbert Wexley, played by Christopher Jackson. I mean, come on, In the Heights, and Hamilton, played George Washington. Hello, he's got those pipes. Very attractive scene. I think they both are ridiculously hot and hot for each other, and they have a healthy marriage. Even Charlotte and Harry, they still get it on. They're very cute. How they go about their romance. But unfortunately, our new character of Dr. Naya Wallace, played by Karen Pittman, isn't having sex. Everybody's having sex except her, because her relationship is kind of rocky, and her husband's a musician. He's on the road. She feels lonely. Not for nothing though, there is a scene where fast forwarding, I'm just gonna fast forward through a lot of this stuff because it really, but there is a scene where she's feeling lonely, maybe just grabbing a bite at a bar, and is met up with a very handsome man, a very good looking man, and I don't know how people don't clock him more, but a lot of the people who are watching this particular show are not familiar with a lot of the people that of color, these actors of color that are. I do. I think I may mention that Seema was in a Mark Anthony video, and she was also music video, and she was also in House of Spirits, and that she speaks Spanish. But this brother, fine, like he gets still good. Very good looking. I didn't catch his name on the show, but he approaches Naya. I think her name is the professor, law professor, and comes on really charming but strong, and she makes it a point that she's married. But I don't think a lot of people clock him. His real name is Gary Dourdan. Um, if you remember Janet Jackson's music video, I think again, I love that album. Came out like early 90s. He was her lover in the music video, and he was in a different world. He played Freddie's, if you remember Freddie's character, her boyfriend. His name was Shazza. Look, to put it in other words, he was the Nathan in Insecure. Like he was that. He was definitely that. Our generation's version of Nathan. So if you can see that, that's where I'm going here. Very good looking man, but I just think it's funny when I hear all these other reviews are like, some dude, whatever. They can't even clock him because they probably have never really seen him or taken notice of him. But he's very beautiful, has these beautiful green eyes, same as the actor who played Nathan on Insecure. Nonetheless, all on HBO, and I don't know where they're streaming A Different World, but probably on YouTube. But watch it. But I feel like he might be creeping back into her life. So I feel like we need to keep an eye on those two. Nonetheless, Naya, yes, Naya. So Carrie's in a pickle, tries to find a fitting for this dress for the Met Ball. I believe Seema, I don't know if Seema drops out, but so to fill in Anthony, played by Mario Cantone, I love him. She teases that he might go with her, but then in reality, Seema's back in, so she has to drop him like a bad habit, which is sad because I feel like they are kind of like using him because he's like the only gay character. And so Charlotte has a moment with her Harry, and then Harry realizes he won't be meeting like Rihanna or something like that, so he drops out, and then he's back in. It's a mess. And she just starts realizing that perhaps, whatever was vital to her in Sex and the City, like these types of engagements are no longer. I don't know. I gotta say that, and things happen. We evolve, we grow, things change. Our economic situation, our financial means change. That you can go from your average coffee cup to a nice martini glass and live in the lap of luxury. She married big. She, I'm sure it was on the will, as living a very expensive, lavish lifestyle. She could go to, any major, chain of expensive clothing stores and like Bergdorf or whatever, and live well. But I think it also disconnects her. I feel like the Carrie we met, which again, she's not going to be Carrie from 20-something years ago. She's one of those, chic older ladies, But it just, I don't know if it's relatable anymore. We'll see. The second episode didn't fare any better. The other one was, I forget it was called. Hold on. Seeing the Light? No, hold on. The Real Deal. Also, I feel like they've all become kind of fumbly now because Carrie's on this podcast. And it's like she's an advice columnist on the show. People call in for their relationship, kind of like what Wendy Williams used to do. And people would ask about their personal problems. She would answer accordingly. But there's an ad that she has to run. She has a major issue with it because it mentions vaginal dryness and just mentions her mentioning vagina and she's uncomfortable. And I'm like, lady, there was an episode where there was a politician that wanted to pee on you and you made references to it. There are episodes where you're talking about your column being right next to like penile enlargement. So again, I don't know. I feel like almost like the writers are just kind of messing with us. Maybe because, you know, people have been probably like, where's the next movie? And they're probably like, maybe if they totally crash and burn this series, that people will never ask for another movie again. Could be a possibility. All I will say, the big major reveal in the second episode is that basically Miranda is stranded on the beach, still living, trying to be put on the PDA with Che. Che is very like, I'm at work, I'm at this or whatever, and finding herself also like a fish out of water. Now that she's bumped up in popularity, they're doing a whole show based on her life. But they're getting all these like actors that really don't connect. Tony Danza to play her dad, but she's half Mexican, half Irish. Tony Danza's like, I don't want to be canceled. I don't want anything to do with that. Anyway, so Miranda's stranded at the the beach. She loses her phone number, realizes that she doesn't even remember her Che's number, but who remembers anybody's number anymore? Calls through some random beach guy's cell phone, and the best resolution that Che comes up with is to send what we assumed was an Uber, but it turns out that it's her current husband, that she's married. And this is what I'll say before I end, is like, so then why did you have so many issues with Miranda's character being unfaithful? She was very self-righteous, and it's like, but you're married yourself. And then Miranda confronts her like, you're still married, I don't even know you, why didn't you say anything? And she was just kind of like, oh, because we're slackers. Anyway, with that, I will say cheers to 25 years of Sex in the City. I hope with the presence of possible Aiden, which I think it's been leaked that Aiden will make a return, and even Samantha will come back, even if for one episode, that it will redeem this show, because right now it's just feeling kind of like what we did last season. Big old flop. Anyway, I'm gonna review The Bear, which I think is funny because I'm like, The Bear released all its episodes, and that's a show that honestly could have benefited from doing an episode a week as opposed to what Sex and the City is doing, because the interest ain't there. Sorry. Anyway, let's play this out, y'all.